This is Radio Taiwan International.
Welcome to the news on Radio Taiwan International. I'm Amanda Stevens, coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan. We begin with a look at today's top stories for Tuesday, July 1st. President Lai encourages military and civilian unity to build national resilience. Taiwan's largest annual military exercises to simulate wartime transition and gray zone provocations. And Taiwan's manufacturing sector slips into negative growth in May as a strong Taiwan dollar hurts exports. But first, today's top story. President Lai Ching-te has called on Taiwan's armed forces and civilians to strengthen the nation's whole-of-society resilience ahead of the annual Hangguang 41 live fire drill exercises. In a pre-recorded video message released on Tuesday, President Lai said the goal is not just to, quote, win a war, end quote, but to successfully defend Taiwan by integrating military and civilian efforts to ensure national survival and swift recovery in times of crisis. He says that defense is a shared responsibility across all sectors of society. The president praised the military's dedication and outlined recent government efforts to improve military morale and welfare, including a pay increase in April. He also reaffirmed the government's commitment to defense spending, aiming to keep the military budget above 3% of GDP. Lai says the upcoming Hangguang drills reflect the military's growing focus on real-world combat scenarios and modern threats, including gray zone conflicts and misinformation. Lai says today's democratic, free, and prosperous Taiwan is the result of Taiwanese people working together and showing unity and resilience to overcome challenges. The Defense Ministry will be conducting the 2025 Hangguang exercises from July 9th to 18th. During a press conference on Tuesday, the ministry said the 10-day drills include scenarios of gray zone provocations by the People's Liberation Army, operational transition from peacetime to wartime, readiness deployment, joint counter-landing operations, coastal and beach combat, deep defense, and sustained operation. The ministry says that the exercise will fully rehearse various military actions in defense operations as well as civilian-military integration measures. It further noted that based on lessons from last year's Hangguang exercise, this exercise will continue to implement decentralized control, unscripted situations, and rules of engagement. It will also focus on key areas such as quick decision-making, teamwork between forces, backup systems, realistic combat drills, mobilization, cooperation between the military and civilians, military authority, and legal support. The Defense Ministry Deputy Spokesperson Qiao Fujun says that July is designated as National Solidarity Month. Qiao adds that the armed forces will continue to focus on their training duties and keep the public informed about their activities, hoping to gain people's support. Taiwan's manufacturing sector fell into contraction territory in May as the latest manufacturing composite index from the Taiwan Institute of Economic Research, or TIER, switched from a yellow-blue signal indicating sluggish growth to a blue signal signaling recession, the first such downgrade in 15 months. TIER announced Monday that the manufacturing climate score for May stood at 9.88 points, down 1.98 points from a revised 11.85 in April. The contraction came despite easing trade tensions between the United States and China in mid-May. According to TIER Associate Research Fellow Shi Bisu, the appreciation of the new Taiwan dollar played a significant role in weakening the country's export competitiveness.
Although export orders measured in U.S. dollars showed a year-on-year growth of 18.5% in May, nearly unchanged from April's 19.8%, the picture looks very different when converted to NT dollars. The year-on-year growth dropped to just 10.7% in May, down from 20.8% in April, a nearly 10 percentage point gap.
The NT dollar rose sharply to 30.208 against the U.S. dollar in May, marking its highest level since March 2023. This currency strength, paired with global headwinds, has exacerbated pressure on Taiwan's exporters. While manufacturing PMI indices in the Eurozone, China, and Japan improved in May, the U.S., Japan, and China remain in contraction territory, signaling persistent global weakness in the manufacturing sector. Looking ahead, TIER warns of elevated risks. Although Israel and Iran reached a ceasefire agreement in June, regional instability persists. Any resurgence of conflict could drive up global oil prices again. Meanwhile, uncertainty surrounding U.S. economic policy has weakened confidence in dollar-denominated assets, resulting in a softer U.S. dollar and stronger Asian currencies, including the NT dollar. TIER predicts that Taiwan's manufacturers will face mounting challenges in the second half of 2025. These include the expiration of reciprocal tariff exemptions, ongoing pressures, and weakened demand, all of which could drag on order books and exports more severely than in the first half of the year. The Cultural Ministry paid tribute to the late Taiwanese writer Tan Lui, who passed away in Canada on June 27th, for his lifelong dedication to promoting Taigi literature. Tan was a leading figure in the Taigi, Taiwanese Hokkien, literary movement and the most prolific Taigi writer after World War II. He co-founded the Taiwanese Writing Forum, and his body of work spans multiple genres, including novels, prose, and screenplays. In a press release, the Cultural Ministry stated that Tan's writing conveys a profound sense of Taiwanese consciousness and a deep emotional connection to his homeland, in addition to offering powerful social and historical critique. Cultural Minister Li Yuan noted that the ministry recognizes Tan's lifelong commitment to advancing Taigi literature and his role in shaping a distinctive post-war literary style. He also emphasized that Tan's work not only documents Taiwan's historical experience, but also enriched the literary expression of the local language. In the early 1980s, Tan completed a novel that portrayed the 228 incident. At the time, this subject was rarely addressed due to the repressive atmosphere during Taiwan's transition out of martial law. The novel was published in Freedom Era Weekly, which was edited by pro-democracy activist Chen Nanrong and banned at the time. Tan also wrote a major historical novel focused on the Siraya people of Tainan. This 6-year project remains the only large-scale Taigi historical novel to date and helped Taiwanese readers connect with the island's modern history. Taiwan's Environment Ministry has launched an online platform to collect suggestions on ways to reduce disposable plastic waste. This comes ahead of a new round of international negotiations on the Global Plastics Treaty beginning on August 5th. The Environment Ministry's Resource Circulation Administration, or RECA, opened the Wishing Well platform on Tuesday. The public can share ideas on how to reduce waste from 6 areas: plastic bags, disposable tableware, beverage cups, straws, retail products, and online shopping packaging. The platform will remain open until August 31st. RECA Director Lan Ying says the government's goal is not top-down management, but rather to design a system that stops more resources from becoming waste in the first place. She says this requires collaboration between the public, civil society groups, and businesses.
Now that we've been upgraded to the Ministry of Environment, we don't want to just be top-down managers. We want to be system designers who prevent resources from becoming waste. And we can't do it alone. We need to bring in public participation, civil society, and businesses. By combining creative ideas and even funding, we can make plastic reduction policies more in tune with our society. That is why we're launching the Plastic Reduction Wishing Well.
The ministry began implementing plastic reduction policies in 2002, with specific timelines introduced in 2018 for limiting plastic bags, disposable utensils, cups, and straws. Taiwan's current goal is to ban 4 major types of single-use plastics by 2030. Taiwan took home 5 gold, 6 silver, and 3 bronze medals at the 2025 World Police and Fire Games, with one crowning achievement being a gold medal in the Ultimate Firefighter Team event. Taiwan's team, Taiwan Pioneers, showed an excellent performance at the 2025 World Police and Fire Games, held in the United States. While the team netted 14 medals overall, one of the most notable wins was in the Ultimate Firefighter competition, where the men's team made history. The World Police and Fire Games are an Olympics-style tournament for first responders from around the world. In the Ultimate Firefighter competition, teams or individuals must climb high-pressure hoses, carry heavy objects while running, and other physical challenges, all while wearing their 25 kilograms of equipment, in what can be considered the ultimate test of a firefighter's skill and physical might. The men's team, competing in the over 35 bracket, won gold, beating out the favorite from Czechia, even completing some sections of the course in under 30 seconds. The win was especially meaningful for Nantou County's Lin Guanyi, who noted on social media that the gold medal win was the perfect capstone to his birthday celebrations. Taiwan's women's team also competed admirably in speed and strength, getting shout-outs and applause from both the audience and commentators. Overall, Team Taiwan Pioneers showed through this competition not only the strength of Taiwan's first responders, but also Taiwan's competitive prowess on the world stage. Thanks for joining me for the news. I'm Amanda Stevens. Stay tuned for another 50 minutes of English language features, brought to you by Radio Taiwan International.